season is here. I wanted to end up getting back to the roots to be able to play defense and score on a build than me just being on a build that's mostly offensive. I know the last time y'all see was my two-way combo guard or even my 6'8 two-way 3-level score. These builds are very fun to play on, but I feel like these builds was kind of missing something. I feel like they wasn't up to date enough to be able to play in the current season and keep up. As we know about acceleration on this game, how much strength it really matters. Now we can end up developing these builds the way they need to be so they can be able to be playable and be able to compete in multiple game modes. Now, if you remember, the 6'6 had a high acceleration. Now, you can keep a high acceleration if you're going to be playing stage or you're going to play pro-am. I recommend you keep your acceleration high, but if you're more like a casual player, you're going to be playing park, rec, or you want to be playing in the theater, you can keep your acceleration somewhat decently low, around the 73, 75, and to end up giving you some more attributes. So look, we're going to end up hopping into my player builder. We're going to end up creating a two-way scoring threat build. The first build will be a 6'6 and the other one will be a 6'8. We're going to end up remastering these builds but make them way better than what they was. The build preset for this first build will be a 6'6, 190 pounds, 6'11 wingspan point guard. You can go shooting guard if you want to, your option, but I'm always going to start with the point guard. Now look, we're going to end up getting into these animations and things like this when I end up going over some of these stats. The first thing I'm going to show y'all boys is the physicals. I always show y'all boys the physicals. The physicals is the most important thing when you make up your build, because those are badges that's going to end up helping you get certain things. So as of the actual stamina, I'm going to go with 96 when we get the handles for days on go. For the vertical, we want to end up stopping at 60, and we're not going to have it too high because the requirement for the dunk packages we're going to get is nothing really crazy. For the strength of this build, we're going to go with 63 so we get that physical handles on silver. With being able to get fearless finisher on silver. With the acceleration, this is what I told y'all. Y'all can go 73, 75 for blow-bys on silver and triple strike on gold. But if you're someone that's going to be playing more competitively, I do recommend acceleration be at least a 87. So if you're playing stage, pro, and 5v5, things like that. But if you're not playing those type of game modes, this is even for somebody who's playing rec, you can rock out with an 86 speed and a 75 acceleration in the rec. I do it all the time. Y'all see me do it all the time in almost every video. It's no problem. But for the defense for this build, we got an 85 steal. You could boost it up to an 89 so you can get that interceptor on gold. But we got a 75 perimeter, and you know we got to have a little bit of interior defense. This might end up getting changed in the end because 50 can get the job done. You already 6'6. You can maybe rock out with 40. If you've seen 2K labs, they end up breaking it down like what you really need for interior defense on a low guard or even on a 6'6. You're going to be able to get a stop in the paint. But when it comes to shooting, we're going with a higher mid-range. Now, if you want to go with a higher three-pointer, you can 92 three-pointer, things like that, but you might have to drop your wingspan like 6'10 or 6'9. Now, if you don't want to go 92 mid-range, you can go 91, so you can just get guard up on Hall of Fame. But the mid-range and the three-pointer is going to be 86, so you get the Asian threes on go. And for the jump shot, this is the jump shot I literally been using for all my 6'6 builds with high mid-ranges, or most of my big builds that got high mid-ranges, anything over 6'5. This is the jump shot I've been using. As a 92 mid-range, an 86 three-pointer, you can get real consistent. If you want to see my two-way superstar build, oh my god, the two-way superstar build is nasty. I'm gonna be honest, y'all might want to go check out that video. That two-way superstar, I'm telling you, I can't wait to share out some gameplay and a rec on that build. Like, it's very unstoppable to guard that. But as of the ball control, we got a 92 ball control. We gotta go 83. I was gonna say 75, but it's kind of pointless. You need that gold speed booster. So we want to end up going 83 speed with ball, so we get gold speed booster. And these are the dribble moves that I use most of the time when I'm on a build that is 6'5 and up. Most of the time I use the pro dribble style. A lot of people use Magic Johnson, but Magic Johnson this season definitely got nerfed as of the crossover, but it's still effective in a certain way, but it's just not too overpowered. Now for the driving dunk for this build, now look, I always told y'all can go between 55, 65, 70, and 75. Now you just gotta find what's good for you. You can go 70, you get the park dunks, all things like that. You get Luka Doncic dunk package. You can go 65 to get the athletic hangs off one. You can go 55 and end up throwing on that Klay Thompson dunk package. One of the best dunk packages on the game for a 55 driving dunk. It's literally very consistent, I'm gonna be honest. But for the build, we got a 70 driving dunk, a 70 standing dunk, an 80 layup, and the reason why we're going with an 80 layup so we can get that silvery on silver, so we can end up getting those badges and our fearless on silver. So look, if you do 70, I'm telling you, you want to be good with this setup. As a 70 driving dunk and a 70 standing dunk, it's optional if you want to end up putting post control, but you can get unpluckable on gold. But I'm gonna be honest, how the game is now, you can get away with silver unpluckable. Unless somebody's gonna right stick rip you, that's the only time that you're gonna really get like a crazy rip off you consistently. Most of the time, if you hit square, it's very rare that you're gonna get plucked unless they know what animation you're gonna do consistently. Now with the final stats that you see in the build, you got a 70 driving dunk, a 70 standing dunk, 80 layup, 86 three-pointer, and a 91 mid-range. I even tweaked the mid-range. It was a 92 to get that Hall of Fame midi magician, but I end up dropping it down one so we can just keep that Hall of Fame guard up. So that's one of the best badges to have on this game when somebody will put their hands up. Now look, You look at my stamina, now it's 99. Nothing else has really changed, but maybe my interior defense down 1. Now as the shades of this build, you end up getting De'Aaron Fox and you still get Tyrese Halliburton for this build, and you're going to be named a perimeter shot creator. But you also have the chance to get the name like perimeter threat if you end up changing a few attributes and end up going like high 3-pointer. But for the 6'8", it's going to be a little bit similar to what the 6'6" was, but with a little minor changes since I'm taller and I can't get certain attributes. But we're going to go with a point guard, 6'8", 195 pounds, 7'2" wingspan. I know if you're someone that likes super big wingspans, you like the 7'4" wingspan, 7'6", hey, that's up to you. We're doing this so we get up getting certain jump shots and things like that and badges. Now look, I'm gonna go to the physicals. The physicals, I'm gonna end up pushing it. We're gonna push it all the way to the 90s. We gotta get to the 90s. The 96 to 95 threshold is good because you're only gonna get handles for days on silver on the 6'8". Now look, for the vertical, you can go 75 or you can go 74, but 74, I prefer 74 because you're not going to get anything else at 75 because we're not going with a super high driving dunk on this build. Now the acceleration, now on a bigger build like this, you can rock out with a 73. You can rock out with 71 or 73. I see people rock out with 66, but I'm staying around that 73 range before we get those blow by animations. Because I'm telling you, if you play against a defender that got like low strength and they really not like a good perimeter defender and you got blow bys on, that badge is overpowered. I'm gonna be honest. It's an overpowered badge, just like physical handles, the immovable forcer, like all those badges that people don't really think about. Those minor badges are maybe the best badges in the game that people sleep on. Now I know you guys are like, okay, 90 mid-range. Okay, you in these mid-range. That open looks, I'm telling you, it don't matter what your 3-pointer is. If you got open looks at least on gold or Hall of Fame, gold is good, but Hall of Fame is just a whole different game. You can have a 76 3-pointer, 77 3-pointer, have open looks on, you're gonna hit very consistently. So you could go 78 3-pointer or 80, that's what I recommend. I hit very consistently with a 78 3-pointer, but if you're someone that doesn't think you're gonna hit consistently with a 78 3-pointer, go 80. 80 is a good little threshold, but look, 90 mid-range, 78 3-pointer. The ball control is going to end up being a little 85. I know you want to go crazy, but 85 ball control, that's all you can get. You get unpluckable on silver. The pass accuracy is a 75, but if you're someone that doesn't care to really pass the ball, hey, drop it to a 70. I'm going to be honest, or 73 at the lowest when you keep diamond on silver. But the speed with ball, 75. That's the highest we can go. And all the dribble moves I usually use, these are what I use on these type of builds. But if you want to use pro dribble style over Magic Johnson, that's the only thing I will switch out of all these animations I'm showing you. Now look, now for the defense. Interior, we don't even gotta go that crazy. We can end up messing around with 61 interior so we get that anchor. That's all that we really want. Anchor in this game, all you need is bronze. As long as you got bronze anchor, you're gonna make a big difference when it comes to playing defense versus having no bronze anchor. Don't lie, we got an 85 steal, 75 perimeter. Then when it comes to the block, you know you gotta have that 77 block, but we're gonna go with 78 so we can end up getting that chase down on silver. Now a lot of you guys are like, okay, chase down on bronze, it's still good, but chase down on silver, it works very well. It maybe work a little too well because chase down this year is crazy. I got some crazy chase downs this year just with having silver with a 74 vert or even a 75 vert. Now look, all we got left is the finishing. We could put post control on this build. We really could. I'm gonna put drive and dunk. We can end up doing between 65, 70, 75. This is your option. This is one of the ones you gotta really pay attention to. Now, if you're someone that's gonna be cool with the 55 drive and dunk, the Klay Thompson dunk, and that's all you wanna do, and you wanna do more standing dunks, all by me, do what you gotta do. If you're someone that's one, okay, I'm gonna get on the rim as well, go with the actual 70, 75. But if you're someone that's gonna be, oh, I don't really care for the drive and dunk, so we drop the drive and dunk, put post control on it, and but okay, we go 85 post control against a few badges, and you can rock out that way. But if you're someone that want to do standing dunks with it, this is the best setup to me. Unless you want to drop your driving dunk to 70 and end up getting your standing dunk to 75, that's the other way I really see this. Now look, 68, 175 pounds, 72 wingspan, two-way scoring threat that can do it all. Now with a build like this, you can play multiple game modes. You can end up playing with multiple people. I like making builds that can be able to play with multiple people. Y'all know sometimes I'll be having a squad, but even when I'm not with a squad and I'll pick up like a few like subscribers or even a few of my homies and we just hop out there and go play, I can bring out a build like this that I know I can score on and be able to play defense and won't be a super liability versus me being on a 6'4", 6'3" guard with no defense, but I got all the offense in the world. So for seeing both builds, let me know which one y'all rocking with the most. Y'all messing with the build 1, the 6'6", or y'all messing with the build 2, the 6'8", with the block and all the other things. Let me know. And then you see we got the actual shades of the Ball brothers and Penny Hardaway, and we get caught at perimeter threat. Now, Only time I really see the perimeter threat name is as long as you got like a 91 steal or you got some type of block with like a decent steal, they get you the name perimeter threat. So if you guys want to end up seeing some crazy rare builds or you want me to try out your builds, make sure you hit me up on Instagram or you can hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter is in the description. My Instagram is on the description. But you never know, I might end up bringing out one of y'all builds and showcasing it on the channel and end up going crazy with it. So if y'all boys want me to make that happen, make sure y'all boys like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications if y'all haven't yet. Also, it's 2 videos on the screen. Make sure y'all boys go check them out, man.